Hey you, it's Jess here and welcome to another Plan with me in my memory keeping planner, which is Caress Press inserts that are A5 wide size, and I'm using a Scribble Prints Co kit called I Love You So Matcha for the end of March. I just loved the green vibes and it was just really cute set. I loved the art in this, and I'm pairing this with a Scribble Prints Co matte silver foil bundle just because I thought, I wanted something simple and not too like shiny, just to go with it. I could have gone with pink or blue or green, but I just wanted to keep it so clean and simple for this week. And the base is I don't know why the base gave me some troubles this week, guys. Like the bottom washi, I put the bow on, the foil bow, and I ripped a little bit of the ink on the bottom washi, which is too bad. And then I was like, oh wait, I didn't know I was putting my boxes in the wrong place. This was the third base that I had filmed in a day, sorry. So guess I was getting just tired. So I put a box in the wrong place, pulled it up, put it down, then I pulled it up again because I forgot there was a really good box with pancakes on the bottom washi page. So I wanted to put that one in instead, and then as I was picking it up off the sticker paper, I ripped it. Luckily, when I put a full box overlay over the top, you can't really see the rip anymore. It's like minimal, but that was on the Sunday, so yeah. Luckily I was able to salvage it because that was like my favorite box out of the set. Well, except for the one I put in the sidebar, which is the I Love You So Matcha, with the coffee cups and the scrunchie up at the top corner. I loved that box. So luckily I was able to salvage the pancake box. And then when I was putting the bougie boxes down, the first one on Tuesday is totally annoying. Like it has a ridge across it, which isn't so bad because obviously I'm going to put stickers over the top, but that annoyed me too. And then I was like, you know what? No more bases for today. I think I've hit my limit. Because I kept making mistakes. But I think the base turned out really cute and really like fun. I didn't really have a green that matched all in my doodle collection, so I tried to use what I could, especially from the doodles that came with the set. So yeah, but I think I found enough good doodles to go with this. It worked out in the end. So let's finish up the base now and actually get into the day by day. For this week, I started, my audiobook was The City We Became by N.K. Jemisin. I was excited. I know that this book is very different from her other books. I highly recommend the Broken Earth trilogy, which starts with the 5th season. Such a good dystopia fantasy sci-fi book. The City We Became, I didn't love it as much. If you love the city of New York, go for it, because it's about New York City. But I've been a couple times, I'm like, I'm fine. New York was cool, but I'm good. I think I prefer, this might be mad because I feel like most of my viewers are American, but I think I prefer London over New York, and then Tokyo overall. But yeah, if you love New York, you'll probably like The City We Became, but I didn't love it, to be honest. But it's okay. This was my last book for the readathon that I was doing this month called Realmathon, and there were bonus points for having an urban setting. So The City We Became is about New York City, so that was perfect for the thing. And I did want to read more N.K. Jemisin books. My sidebar, I just was working on a shop set. We had a new Infinity Nikki update on Wednesday. The new season came in, the new patch, and then I wanted to work on videos, and I kind of did. I had videos this week, so that was nice. Because I've been struggling with videos since I needed a little break with Heidi's vet drama. But anyway, let's start on the day by day. We've got Monday. It was Coffee Monday, so we'll put in Coffee Monday. And then I did have a Plan With Me go up. So I guess if you watched the last Plan With Me, I put planning here and I didn't know what I was doing. But I think I was actually filming. It wasn't just planning, I was filming as well. So that's good. good for me. And then I think I'm going to switch these around. So I had laundry and then journaling here, but I think I'm going to put journaling in this bigger box rather than give doing laundry such a big box. But we'll put in the Plan With Me, the little book, which I thought works perfectly for journaling because it looks like a journal. The Coffee Monday. I didn't have a matcha coffee sticker, so I just used a normal coffee. I don't really drink matcha, so I just thought the art was really cute and perfect for March. Alright, so we have, I'm going to use a chubby little thing for laundry here. And I have a little thing because I also did some cleaning around the apartmento. And then the bottom, I'm going to put that I was reading. I finished a book the day before, so I finished Dead Silence. And then I started another sci-fi book that was on my Kindle. My partners over the years bought a fair amount of books, so I've been working through the books that they put on our Kindle because we just share the same Kindle account. But they had this book called Velocity Weapon. Oh, and I can't remember once again, just like the last Plan With Me, I gotta fish out my reading journal, which I have a bunch unfinished in here. But Velocity Weapon was written by Megan E. O'Keefe, and this was like a proper sci-fi mystery kind of thing. Really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. Yeah, I don't know how else to describe it. It's like a mystery, like the main character, they're like, humanity has like been able to leave Earth and spread across the galaxy, the known galaxies, because one company was able to create these gates that let you jump like thousands of light years, light space, like long distances in space. And so all of this space empire is like owned by one company. So a lot like most sci-fis, you have a lot about corporations, indentured servitude and classism into corporations and capitalist worlds. And then you have sort of a burgeoning AI thing going on in this as well. And yeah, it was fascinating. If you just want to read a good a good sci-fi, Velocity Weapon, it was really good. This is the first book in a trilogy, and I do want to look out for the rest of the trilogy. I know it's all released, so I definitely want to get around to the next book. But yeah, I really enjoyed it, especially just the connections with corporate capitalist space. You know, you kind of see the same thing with like the Bezos' stuff and Musk's stuff. Like, what if they actually did get to space and colonized it? That's kind of like the future in this world. Like one rich tech person created this huge galaxy of planets and ruling system. So yeah, it was really interesting. I enjoyed Velocity Weapon. But yeah, I should fill this in now. Alright, so on Tuesday, I actually left the apartment. I went out of doors and I needed to pick up some mail from the main post office in the city. I bought from Illuma Crate the Priory of the Orange Tree leftover because I missed it years ago when they released it. But they brought out some leftovers, so I'm like, you know what, I really want that. I do love Priory of the Orange Tree. I hope one day they release leftovers of Day of the Fallen because I preferred that book and I would enjoy having their copy of that as well. But we'll see how it goes. But I was able to get that, and that was at the post office, so I needed to go into town. So I decided to also stop by the academic bookstore. That's what it's called, academic bookstore. It's like the main popular bookstore here in Finland. There's not really any chain bookstores here, like there's just smaller bookstores. Although I guess academic bookstore is the chain bookstore here, but it still like doesn't feel like much of a chain, you know? Anyway, I went there and I bought some books in person. I picked up Watermoon for April because it was I was doing Aurelian Magical Readathon in April, and it was the Guild Book Club book for the Archivists. That's the guild that I'm in. So I picked up Watermoon and some other things. And then I went to the post office, and then we got Bali brunch for lunch, which is like, it's an Indonesian Balinese restaurant, which I was always surprised to see here in Finland. It was quite nice, because obviously there's a lot of Indonesian food in Australia, but it's literally right next to Indonesia. But it was really tasty. I played some Infinity Nikki. I didn't really do any work these first couple of days. I didn't do a lot of work this week at all, actually. I was just kind of like recovering from the custom that I did all the last week. You know, I'm just being kind to myself at the moment. So I played some Infinity Nikki. I was catching up on the last day. I needed to do it early in the day before. Well, the patches they usually do for the updates for the game usually happen overnight here in Europe. And like it comes back about 5 a.m. But I wanted to make sure that I got my daily stuff done in Infinity Nikki before it was time to shut down the servers in the game so they could update it. And then I was putting in, this is Tuesday. Yes, so then we were watching, so if you watched the plan with me for last week, I put in that I was, we were starting to rewatch Brooklyn Nine-Nine, so I wanted to put that in as well. For the TVs for this week, I'm just using white TVs because I didn't have any extra like matte silver ones. So I'm just pulling in white. They're still pretty like light, but I think that's okay. And then I just finished up playing the game, actually no, I played it for 3 days. So I was playing the game Urban Jungle as well, which I mentioned in the last week's plan with me as well. But it's like the game Unpacking, but you're unpacking and buying and setting up plants in the home. So it's a pretty fun, chill little game. It's on Steam, but it's only for PC. So if you have a PC or if you have a Steam Deck, you should be able to play it. And then, again, I was reading Velocity Weapon. So then on Wednesday, my video went up, and that was my Infinity Nikki journal. I think that was part 2, I assume. Yeah, I think it's part 2 of my Infinity Nikki journal, which is like more going over the events and stuff. And I'm hoping today that I'm filming this to work on part 3 to get some more of the events finished and caught up, because like I think it's next week we get a new huge update. It's going to be 1.5 version of the game, and it's going to be huge. So I need to get caught up in my game, in my journal, so I'm not too behind, you know, because yeah, I've got a lot of stuff to do in my journal, and I don't like to be too behind. So we'll work on that bit more. Just another video, just you want to hang out and do your own crafts with me. That'll be pretty simple, talking about the game and stuff, and just decorating pages really. Then I was doing some laundry, and then obviously I finally got to play the new update, which was called Revelry Season, and it's all about dancing and a big celebration. So it was really fun. There was also like, there was a jester outfit, and it was all very like, you know, carnival rather. So I just used a little balloon from that came in the doodles for this set, because I don't know, it seemed like the easiest one to like really mark the event. So I got 2 little things here. We got Zab Isan, which is a Thai place, for dinner, and then we're watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Anyway, I can't say I'm a, you know, I don't know. I definitely see the issues of Cop Gandit in there. We won't go into it. I just kind of like, I'm just going to ignore it for this show because I still enjoyed it and still love the characters. But The episodes that annoyed me were the episodes where like they hated the firefighters and stuff. I'm like, how dare you? Firefighters are great. A thing about me as a kid is that my mom, when I was a smaller kid, my mom worked in the library for our main city firefighter like headquarters. So I actually spent a lot of time around fireys. Like I got to be in the building, and I actually got to like go swimming in there. They had like their own swimming pool and hot tub and stuff, so I was able to chill out in there. And then one day, one of them, they do those events, you know, where they show like, they do practice burning of a building. They got like a fake building that they burn. And then I was allowed to be on one of the floors and got saved and carried down by a firefighter as a child. So I was deep in the firefighter area as a child because of that. So every time they were like, ugh, it's the firefighters in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I was like, how dare you? Those are my people. But yeah. Always loved hanging out at the firefighting station, at the fire station. Yeah, it was fun. I got to look at the Jaws of Life. That's always fun. Those are huge, especially as a small child. But and then obviously I get to go hang out in their little library and things. I don't know, a lot of places have librarians. It's kind of crazy. You don't think about it, but they do. I think it was a library of like, you know, an archive kind of thing. I don't know. I'm not too sure. But yes, anyway, that always riled me up watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but I still enjoyed it for the characters and the fun. And then I think this day is when I finished Urban Jungle, and then I was reading Velocity Weapon. Alright, and that is the first half of the week, and I apologize, I don't know if the microphone will pick it up, but my partner's having a nap right now, and I can just hear them snoring, so I apologize if you can hear that. I can see Heidi's actually on the bed with them. They're both napping. So cute. I love that when your partner and your cat are in the bed together. So sweet. Anyway, so if you hear the snoring, it's because Heidi went in there and opened the door. But anyway, usually I feel like that doesn't get picked up. But, you know, apologies if so. So on Thursday, I finally did some work. I think I'd been like working on and off on the shop set. I had to, you know, put it together, basically plan it out. So I did some work, and then I was listening to The City We Became. And I think like one of my parts is like I try and always listen to an audiobook while I'm working because it helps part of the motivation to be able to do it. Like I need that extra mental attention, extra mental stuff happening. And if the book isn't great, then I struggle to both read it and also work. So I think that was my problem is the prologue of The City We Became is really good, but apparently that was a short story originally. So it is obviously much more polished. So that was really good. And then it kind of was like, oh, okay. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it, you know? But yeah, so I need to, you know, have good books that, like, you know, to really get, you know, it to work, but it's fine. Then after doing some work, and I was kind of like still working. It was the same with my PhD, is that some days you're not working, but it's happening in your head, you know. It's getting planned, it's getting thought about. So then I was playing Infinity Nikki, of course, because, you know, the new event, lots of stuff to do. Then I did some planning, just like planning out, I think both videos, future videos and future art sets and things. I was putting that together, how I want to do things. And then we had our new TV shows out that day, which was Reacher and Wheel of Time. Yeah, look at I think this is the last episode of Reacher, actually. So yeah, But I thought this finale was really good. I enjoyed the finale of Reacher, and then Wheel of Time is ongoing. And then again, I was reading Velocity Weapon. I finished that on Sunday, actually. So the rest of the week is Velocity Weapon. I really should have put Velocity Weapon in my sidebar and used the read stickers for it instead of The City We Became. But, well, what you gonna do? So Friday, I had a Plan With Me go up. That was probably, I assume, the Frosted Dreams Plan With Me. That's what it seems like it would be. But yeah. And then I actually did some filming. Though I suppose I didn't get much out there. Because I think I filmed some stuff, but I didn't end up actually like posting it in the end. I was filming some magical readathon things in my magical readathon journal, but I didn't end up loving how the video turned out, and I still had to do a voiceover for it, so I decided just not to do that. And at some point, I will just do a flip through of my magical readathon journal, just to show you what I had done. But yeah, I was setting it up because obviously April was the beginning of the autumn equinox, the autumn classes. So, but yeah, I ended up not loving the video, so I don't know. And I just didn't find a time to actually do the voiceover. I feel like this is why I've been behind in videos too, is I just haven't had good times to be able to actually do the talking part of the videos. Largely due to like I've just been wanting to game and I'm tired and I want to watch videos or game, but also my partner's been playing a game on the TV. They've been playing Death Stranding, which they actually finished last night. And like, I don't want them to not have their gaming time because they very rarely finish a whole game. I want them to, you know, get to the game. And obviously the TV and my desk are in the same room. So, and our apartment's very small. So even if I wanted to do a voiceover elsewhere, I don't know. So I just haven't had the time, and I just had to fit it in somewhere. I'm filming this on a Monday when I should be working, but it's either film or work sometimes, so we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping to work later today, but I'm also hoping to film a bunch of videos, so it's a give and take kind of thing. This is my best time to do this because Locke is napping, so because they have the week off of work. They're on holiday right now, so yeah. Because otherwise, during work days, they might have meetings and you can hear them talking, so I don't know. I'm struggling with just having time to be able to talk freely, basically. Which is why I haven't been doing too much filming at the moment either. But yeah, I did film that, but yeah, I've given up on it. It seems like too late now anyway. So after Infinity Nikki, we watched new episodes of The Pit and Gemstones, and we got Vietnamese for dinner from Nom, and then I was reading Velocity Weapon. Okay, Saturday was hard rubbish in our area. So that's what we called it in Australia anyway, hard rubbish. But basically it's when you get rid of electronics and furniture and rugs and stuff. And so they had a collection day in our area, in our neighborhood. So we went and took our old air fryer and stuff over there. So you get recycled. The air fryer actually got taken by a different family, so hopefully they could make it work. It was kind of broken, so hopefully they got it to work. But obviously, it's a free-for-all at the hard rubbish area. But it's nice to be able to put it somewhere where it's it can get recycled instead of just throwing it out. And it's free to be able to just take it to the bins that they set up. So hard rubbish. We have another one in a couple of weeks, so we need to get rid of some more stuff. We have an old rug we need to take, and we also need to take Heidi's old cat tree that she has on the balcony, because I want to get a nicer one for her. It kind of like bends over when she's on it, on top of it. So she needs a stronger, sturdier cat tree out there. But it needs to be tall enough that she can look over the balcony, you know? So, yeah, got rid of some, mostly electronics and old things from Hard Rubbish. Then I actually washed towels this day. We watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and then I was doing some more journaling. Yeah, because this was actually when I was doing my Infinity Nikki journaling, because the next week I did part 2 of my journal. So that's exciting. Journal, and then of course I was playing up Infinity Nikki because we had all new gameplay to work on. So much fun. I love my little game. It's just overtaken my life. So yeah, playing Infinity Nikki, and then I actually made a peach cobbler for dessert this day with dinner. So yum. It's so easy, peach cobbler, because it's like if you keep canned peaches in your pantry and you're like, I want a nice baked good, you know, you just need some flour, milk and stuff, and then the peaches from the can, and then yeah, super simple. So I love whipping together a peach cobbler. Although I also have a bunch of frozen cherries in my freezer, so maybe I should make like a cherry cobbler. That could be good too. And then again, I was reading Velocity Weapon. And then we come to Sunday, and Sunday here in Europe, or at least Finland, you know, a fair amount of Europe, it was Daylight Savings Day. So we finally had our spring forward, as Americans call it. You know, in Australia growing up, we didn't ever have, it was just daylight savings, and you just had to remember which way it was going. Because I never heard the saying spring forward or fall back in Australia growing up. I guess it's because we also don't call autumn fall, we call it autumn. But it's actually so useful having that saying. So I realized, like, okay, the clocks are going forward. So it went forward on Sunday for us. It was quite a big distance from America, which was interesting. Because I know you guys had it for ages before us, but yeah, I don't know. We just did. I don't have a lot to put on Sunday, so I guess I'm using a big box to mark that I had a sandwich on Sunday. I can't remember what was in the sandwich. It was just a normal sandwich. I don't know. But I had a normal sandwich this day. It might have even just been like tomato sandwich. I don't remember. And then of course we're watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine, as was our binge watching time. Alright, so then of course I was playing Infinity Nikki. And I'm just going to use a little thing here, I guess. That works best anyway. Infinity Nikki, and then we had hot dogs for dinner. And then I finished Velocity Weapon this night. And I always put hot dogs, but we use hot dog buns. But the sausages we use are like British raw pork sausages. Like what the British and Australians like to have as sausages. Not like hot dog wieners or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, so that's why we have hot dogs, because it's super simple to eat, and then we just have vegetables and stuff on the side. Just don't get tired of it. It's an easy dinner. It just goes in the air fryer and it's done. And then yeah, finished Velocity Weapon. So pretty chill end of the week. Pretty chill week overall, I guess. I didn't do too much work, but I did go out and there was a whole new update in my game, so I was busy, okay? Alright, and that is the end of this half of the week. Oh, it turned out so pretty. I actually really like the way it came out with the patterns and the colors. So let's zoom out so you can see the whole spread. Super cute. Love that with the, I feel like the matte silver just really makes it super gentle. Is this a weird way to describe this? But it's kind of creamy overall, like the feeling of it. I don't know. Especially with the art style too. I really love the way this came out. I don't think I'm going to do any deco dots. It doesn't seem like there's a reason to do the deco dots. So yeah, this is the finished week. I think it's looking real cute. Love the way it came out, love the colors. I'm definitely really leaning into more spring here. Although it's cold and rainy today and we still don't have leaves on our trees from our apartment. So spring is slow here at the moment. But yeah, so thank you so much for hanging out with me. I loved having you here. Put down a matcha emoji. I know there's a green tea matcha emoji in there, or you can just do like ice cream or coffee. If you don't feel like leaving a comment but you want to leave something, you can leave in a little emoji just to say hello. I always appreciate it. Otherwise, yeah, I don't know. Have you tried the game Urban Jungle? Have you made a peach cobbler? Have you made other fruits into cobblers? Let me know, because I've only ever made a peach cobbler. But I'm considering turning those frozen cherries into a cobbler. So let me know if you've done that. But otherwise, yeah, just thanks for hanging. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. I love you. Bye-bye.